Adam Contras has a pretty cool business, and it relates to Ohio very, very soon, where you can rent out a DeLorean time machine. And that's his business, Jerry, is he takes DeLoreans, he has a bunch of them, and then puts them together to make it look like the Back to the Future time machine.
It's a complete replica.
Let's go back in time and talk to Adam Contras. Hi, Adam.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing good. Now, you are a Central Ohio guy yourself, correct?
Yeah, I used to be on 610 WTBN and CD 102.5.
I knew the name, Adam. It's good to have you on again.
Good, how are you doing, man?
Good. So what's the deal with this? There's a documentary I know called Back in Time. And tell everybody the story. You saw that and said, wow, people still love this car, right?
Well, actually, I just made my own car, and then they found me.
It worked the other way around.
Yeah, it was completely backwards. I made a mini golf course in my backyard, and I started theming holes, and I thought, wouldn't it be great to have a Back to the Future themed hole? And it just kind of took off from there. And then once that happened, the documentary came out, and as the business grew, I was able to find other people that were as insane as I was, and we started booking, rentals all over the country.
Well, how much did it cost to get the first one made? How much did it cost you out of pocket?
Man, it was over so long of a period, it's hard to put in. I mean, I know what it would cost to remake it.
Yeah.
But it breaks down to basically you have to have a stock DeLorean, which is anywhere from $20,000 to $35,000. And then the modification, you could put a $300 flux capacitor in there and call it a time machine. Yeah. Or mine is a $45,000 modification. It's perfect. It's screen accurate down to the last bleep and bloop.
That is so cool. Are DeLoreans widely available if you go online? How many are out there? It's got to be a limited number, huh?
Well, they only made 9,000, but there's still 6,000 of them running. There's a really intense car culture around them, and I'll be honest, there's still quite a few out there. Now, what condition they're in, whole different story. So they require a lot of maintenance and care, which is actually why the car's in Columbus to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. Our guest this morning is Adam Contras, built a rental empire out of the DeLorean. Now, I remember in the mid-'80s, I went to OU, and my college roommate, her father bought one of the first DeLoreans in the state of Ohio, and I remember him dropping her off in that car, and then, of course, seeing Back to the Future. Now, your company is renttheDeLorean.com, correct?
Correct.
And you can rent the DeLorean out for birthday parties, for special events, anything like that.
People are more creative than we are. Like, they've figured out the craziest ways to surprise their significant others and just, do anything they can think of with a car. It's been really fun. And
you mentioned you have to do like the flux capacitor or Mr. Fusion or whatever. Do you have to use other parts of something else to create that in your vehicles?
Yeah, I mean, the reason everything's so expensive on that particular prop is that they were all antiques that at the time they just went to a junkyard and picked up whatever looked cool. Well, 35 years later, guess how hard it is to find that, capacitor or that light or that hose even. It's a 60-year-old hose, and that's what makes it so difficult. Is there are all these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of parts you have to put together.
And Adam, if I recall correctly, didn't Johnny Carson get the first DeLorean off the line, or one of them?
He was one of the investors, and that's when everything went downhill because it broke on him, and he wasn't too happy about it. And he let everybody know that he was stranded, and that wasn't the best press for the car.
I recall, and the body was stainless. You mentioned there's 6,000 that still run. At least you don't have to worry about rust, right? Because stainless never rust.
I sent it to Columbus. We're putting a brand new engine in it, and I'm gutting the whole thing. But the outside looks perfect. It looks like it did the day it was made. So there is some genius to that. But it of course is stainless steel, so it's not the fastest car in the world.
Yeah,
they were heavy. They were heavy.
A famous rock story, too, involving it, Adam, and you may know this, too, is when Ace Frehley got into his famous car accident, it was in a DeLorean.
I did know that, yes. It didn't kill him.
No, almost.
When you were on when you take a DeLorean on the highway, does it ride? Was it a good car? I mean, aside from some minor issues, when you're doing 75, 80 on the interstate, does it hum right along? It's got
75 and 80. What? No, it's not the speediest car. Again, that's why we're bringing it back to Columbus to soup it up a bit, because it's it was a little slow for the time.
But it looked fast.
Yeah.
You'd look at it.
It looks fast.
They built it to look like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's the biggest letdown for me personally, is everybody sees it and think, this is the coolest car. Can we go for a ride? It's got to be so awesome. And then they want me to turn the engine on. And I'm like, well, it's not, it's a Volvo engine. They just basically ran out of money. They put a Volvo in it, and it's just awful. So we're putting a Corvette in it. It's up at Slow Motion Motorsports right now, getting a Corvette engine put in by my brother. So
now you're going to be in town. You're bringing this to town on March the 17th, St. Patty's Day, for the St. Patty's Day parade, right?
That's when my poor brother Kenny. That's when I said it has to be done. So he's killing himself. It's there right now. It's quite an overhaul to put a new engine and transmission and everything in a car. So it has to be ready by March. I mean, we'll push that thing if we have to. March 17th.
Because during the month of March here in Columbus, we can rent the vehicle, correct?
Yeah.
How much would it cost us to rent it?
So what we're going to do is, for the remainder of that month, you'll be able to go to rentthedelorean.com the same way anybody would have if they were here in Los Angeles or anywhere that we have a car, and it breaks down basically to about $199 an hour. But it's Columbus, Ohio. It's my hometown, so I'm trying to work out as much as I can with anybody. I really want to show this to everybody. I really want everybody to have a chance to feel what it's like to be in a car that's this good of a replica.
We show up to our St. Patty's Day replica in the DeLorean. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? Believe me, it certainly stops the traffic.
Yeah, you can make an appearance at our Breakfast Club that morning before the parade and still be downtown in time.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot right now and make that happen.
Think about it. Yeah. No. Let's put him on the spot. We do a St. Patrick's Day breakfast
Look at
club.
this
where
guy.
It's a big party. It would make everybody's Facebook page, and all our followers, of course, would see it. It'd be a good opportunity, I think.
How about if that? I already have enough pressure on this kid at 11 o'clock. Kid, he's 27. He's got to be ready. We're already waiting on parts. If it's ready and we're running and I can do it, I will absolutely be there.
Okay, there you go. I'll tell you what, even if it's not ready, when it is ready, like later in spring or early summer, whatever, bring it by the station and we'll do a big photo op with it.
Well, just so you know, I mean, that I can promise, but it's only going to be around for 2 weeks. It's got to get shipped back to my home, so I got a lot of gigs. So but I will certainly come by. That part I can promise. That day though, whoo.
Yeah, let's leave it this, Adam, because you mentioned you want to give discounts to everybody at hometown. Jerry and I were just checking. He's got $13 and I have $20 in Rooster Bucks. How about it?
I guess there's other favors we can figure out. I don't know, man. That's rough. $13.
We go around the block. Well, Rooster's Bucks too, though. Come on.
Rooster's Bucks.
Yeah.
Adam, thanks so much, and throw out the website one more time for everybody.
RentTheDeLorean.com. And if you want to follow the build of making it the fastest DeLorean, it's fastest DeLorean in the world.com.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much, Adam.
It was
Looking
good.
forward to seeing you.
Hey, nice talking to you, bro.
Thanks.
All right, see you.
All right, it's Torg and Elliott, QFM 96.